Hi, this is Kat. Welcome to the Lake District Yogi. I am here on my mat with my tea, and I've got a really sweet little lying down flow today. So we all have those days when we're really low on energy or we're just feeling a little bit lazy or worn out, but we still want to move our body. So this is designed for exactly those kind of days. So days when we don't want high energy vinyasa flows, but we just want to get into a little bit of deep stretching. So we're going to start lying on our backs. So as I always suggest, if you want to pause this video and gather any of the gorgeous scrumptious things that you like to bring to your mat, blanket, pillow, anything that will help you really get into a very soft space, anything that's going to enhance your practice. So by all means do that now. And when you're ready, we'll get started. Just have a sip of tea. So we're going to come onto our backs to start. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together and allow ourselves to lie down. And then you can rest your hands on your belly, or maybe let the arms lie along the floor with the palms up. You can have one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and just give yourself a few moments to fully arrive. Seeing if we can move our awareness from our thinking mind, up here, all busy and agitated, letting that awareness move down to our bodies, maybe right into our heart space, and letting some awareness land on our breathing, letting the breath just feel a little bit more spacious, smoothing out the edges, and allowing the breath to fill the kind of window of our focus. And then gently close the knees like a book, plant the feet really firmly, and you can kind of pad them about. Like, I love doing this. Like, you can go toe to heel, heel to toe, or actually lift them up and lower them back down. You can lift and lower the hips, wriggle down through the shoulders and the shoulder blades and that beautiful space at the back of the heart. Make sure that's nice and grounded. And then keeping some pressure through the sole of the right foot, we'll bring the left knee in towards the chest and then extend the left leg. It doesn't have to go straight. What we're going to do here is explore and feel our way into this deep stretch in the back of the leg. So you can wriggle yourself up, tuck the chin, really keep adjusting. You don't have to just get there once and then that's it. You can keep that adjustment going and then feel your way in. You can flex or point the foot, you can rotate the ankle, you can just do whatever. This is just a sort of starting point for exploration. You can hold the back of the leg. If you want to go straight, if that feels good, of course, give it a really good stretch. You can also rub your hands down the back of your leg. But don't worry if you're keeping a bend in the knee, the arms can stay on the floor. We're just exploring here. But keep some awareness in that right foot. So you can kind of play around with this. So the pressure between the sole of the right foot and the ground, if you press too much, obviously you would eventually start to shift your weight and lift your hips. Not enough, the right leg's just hanging out there. So we want to create just that perfect amount of pressure. So the right leg's engaged, it's active. It's not swinging out to the side, it's sort of hugging into the midline. And we're using that leg and this drawing in of the lower belly to create all the stability we need so we can explore this lifted leg. And if the breath wants to do some nice deep sighs, then by all means do that. And then we'll bend this leg, place the ankle just below the right knee there. And then this may be enough. You may want to stay here. You can gently maybe press away with that left knee. Sorry, you don't need to use your hand. I was just doing that to demonstrate. But you can sort of just move that left knee out, open a bit, or you can lift the right foot off the floor, clasp the hands behind the right thigh, keep this left foot completely flexed, And then when you're ready, you can start to move everything in towards the body. You can find a sway here or any amount of soft, gentle movement, that soothing rocking. Imagine what we do to a distressed baby or an agitated child. First thing we do when we hold them is we move, we rock and sway. Our nervous systems love it. So always feel free to add in some of that. If you want to straighten this back leg, then by all means do that too. And again, it's about feeling your way in and exploring. You might want to draw little circles or figures of 8, whatever feels good. And then we'll find stillness, lower the right foot, take the left foot off, readjust any way you need, and then get the sole of the left foot nice and rooted. Find that perfect optimum amount of pressure. Then bring the right knee into the chest and extend it. And then feel your way in this side. It may feel completely different to the other side. Keep that foot flexed or pointed or combination of the two. Rotate the ankle, find movement. Keep this left leg active. Keep that core drawing in. And then explore movement or stillness. Keep some awareness on smooth, slow breaths. And then bend this right knee. Place the foot, the ankle just below the left knee. Maybe stay here, just opening through that hip. Maybe lift the left foot off the floor. Bring the hands behind the thigh. Keep this right foot really flexed and start to draw everything in. And then play around here a little bit. Do this really mindfully. Listen all the time for feedback. Your body will soon tell you. And just do what feels nourishing, what feels like, you know, the really good, juicy kind of stretch. Finding any movement, swaying, rocking, circles, straightening that left leg if you want. And then very slowly, find stillness, let the left foot come down and then the right foot. This time bring the arms alongside you on the mat. So we've got the feet hip width apart and the arms alongside us on the mat. Bring some awareness to this area here. Draw in the lower belly, and as you do that, imagine that this is becoming not solid or anything like that, but sort of switched on. It's really engaged and it's becoming really stable. What we want, this beautiful container within which we're practicing, we want the edges to be nice and strong so that within we can find all this juicy fluidity and softness. So we want strength here. We want strong through the soles of the feet, the inner thighs, the inner knees, that kind of magnetic sensation. So the legs are nice and active. We want nice lengths down the arms. Tuck the chin so that the spine and the neck are long. And then when you're ready, we're going to do some hip lifts. So on your next in-breath, press really hard into the feet. Let the hips begin to lift. Make sure that the legs, there'll be a bit of a wobble, but try not to let the knees rock in or out. Feel the weight moving into the shoulders. And next out breath, starting right up at the top of the back, start to round down one vertebra at a time until you feel the hips land down. So we'll keep doing that on your own breath. So as you breathe in, pressing into the feet, slow everything down, lift the hips. When you get to the top, you can pause and either hold the breath fractionally, just a tiny bit, and then lower, or hold up but keep the breath flowing. And then settle down. And keeping going with your flow, pressing into the feet, being aware of the inner thighs, of the legs being lovely and stable, not wandering. Feel that weight moving into the back of the head and the shoulders, not the neck. And then lowering back down one vertebra at a time. Slow motion yoga is the best. Okay, let's do one more like this. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Maybe we pause at the top this time. Maybe you lift the toes. Feel that weight in the back of the heels. Keep the breath smooth. And then slowly lower back down. And then when the hips land, just pause. Feel, feel, feel. Bring the knees into the chest, one after the other. Give them a good squeeze. And then we'll rock up to a seat. I will face you here, but you can just roll up. Okay, so we're finding this cross-legged seat. Remember, if you need to, you can prop something beneath you to tilt the pelvis a little and help you sit nice and upright. Sweep the arms overhead on your next breath. Feel the kind of stretch all the way through the side body, all the way to the tips of the fingers. Take a nice smooth breath in and then move into a twist. So bringing the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind, press into the earth with that hand, grow tall first, twist from the belly. You can use the hand against the knee. Come back to center, sweep the arms overhead, feel for the stretch. And then twist the other way, so the right hand to the left knee, left hand presses into the earth. Grow nice and tall. And then come back round to the front, sweep the arms overhead. This time bring the right hand to the ground, extend the left arm alongside your ear, and then bring the left hand behind the head. Make a really nice connection there, head into hand, hand into head. And as you do that, feel it kind of through the armpit, feel how that engages the shoulder, maybe even the arm. And then you can peel back, maybe, if it feels good and it feels okay for your neck, kind of leaning into that top shoulder, maybe even turn to look towards your elbow. If your eyes are closed, you can still move your head in that direction, but they're just additions, really. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, send this top elbow down towards your right knee. It might not get there or anywhere near there, but it's that lovely twist we're looking for. And as you inhale, peel back up and feel this sense of spaciousness and expansion. Exhale, curl round. Inhale, peel that elbow open. Feel an inrush of joy. One more time. Exhale, curl yourself down. Inhale, come back up. Then lift up, bring both hands to the ceiling, and then bring the left hand down. Bring the right arm alongside the ear. Bend the elbow, place the hand behind the head, make that lovely, nice connection. Feel the engagement in the arm. Maybe turn to look at that elbow or peel that elbow back a fraction. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to curl right elbow towards your left knee. And then enjoy the opening as you open your wing. Curl back down, so we're closing in some energy and then letting it all rush back in like a fresh breeze. One more time, curl down and open up. Come back up to center, bring the hands together, close the eyes and slowly draw your hands down to the heart. Release the hands back to the knees, just feel into the shoulders, the waist, the energy, the warmth, whatever layer of your being is most predominant for you, and then noticing maybe the more subtle layers. You start to see the richness of experience that's going on inside us all the time. Roll over your knees. I'm going to turn this way to your all fours. We're going to tuck the toes and send the hips back and the hands forward. So it's basically we're starting in an active child's pose. You can place the forehead down. If you want to come up onto the fingertips, that gives a really nice sort of additional stretch into the shoulders. If you've done that, slowly lower the palms. Okay, we're going to come forward. So we're going to lift up, lift the hips. We're going to keep moving forward. So the weight moves forward of our wrists, and you can either stop here or let the hips come all the way down. Keep the toes tucked. Engage the core here, and engage the core to push back, hips to heels, sorry. And then you can scoop up a little bit with the chin maybe as you round forward. And again, stop here if you want, or let the hips sink, press into the hands, let the heart shine forward. Press again to send yourself back. So we're going to do a few more rounds like this. If you want to really bring the chin in, scoop the chin as if you're trying to scoop something up, and then let it lift, let the heart shine forward. So let's find a little bit of flow here, a bit of rhythm. You can pick up the pace a little, staying really mindful, feeling the fluidity in the spine, fine-tuning it as you go. Okay, we're going to do one more. So connect some movement to breath. Feel your way in. When we get to this sort of upward dog variation, we're going to stay here for a moment. And then we're going to move to downward dog. So slowly start to lift. This is a lazy downward dog. Keep the knees bent. Pedal the feet a little maybe, but keep this a really soft shape. This is our lazy day downward dog. Just settle in here for a few breaths. And then we'll make our way back to a seat, so you can come to the knees and swing the legs round. You can jump however you want to get there. We'll send the legs out long. We'll end with a Paschimottanasana, because why not? So we've got the toes coming towards us so that the legs are active. So even in our laziest yoga, it's nice to have some activity, otherwise we're just bleh. So we're just going to do that activation. We're going to think about lifting out of the waist, lifting the arms overhead if you want, and then slowly folding into our forward fold. Find somewhere really sensible for your hands. Your arms can lie, this is a lazy flow. We could put the palms up and just let the arms lie gently on the floor. We can hold our legs. We can massage the inside of our feet. If we can reach, we can rub our hands the length of our legs to give them some nice little bit of contact. Always nice. But wherever you are, just let this be soft. If you need something under your knees, a blanket or something, that's fine too. And just let the breath flow. And slowly let yourself come back up. Bring the soles of the feet together, and we'll make our way back down to the ground. I really like these kind of cyclical little flows where we start and end in the same place. I like it because I can see the journey between this sort of bookends of this shape. It's nice to compare how your body or your thinking mind or your mood or energy or whatever feels different now from when you lay in this shape 15 minutes ago. So just connect to your breath. If you like the visualization, you might picture the energy or whatever it is you've just generated in that short yoga practice, letting the benefits of that just settle into your body. Maybe worth noting what the quality of your thinking is like, if there's slightly more space between the thoughts, as it feels slightly less cluttered up there. Maybe whispering silently to yourself some small token of gratitude for giving yourself the time to step on your mat and nourish your soul. If you've got the time and you want to stay here for way longer than this, by all means do so. If not, we'll slowly come back to a seat. We'll round off this practice. Thank you so much for joining me and the Lake District Yogi. I think it's lovely to have little flows for days when we're not feeling it and we just want to keep things really gentle. I don't want this channel to be a place that's intimidating or just full of like really challenging things. I really want it to be a workable space where you can come however you're feeling and find something that's right for you and something that you can do with ease and that you can enjoy. So thank you very much. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and then you'll never miss another video. And I look forward to sharing more again with you soon. Thank you so much.